Hi, I'm Shane. Today we're going to be canning some tomatoes. I apologize for the state of disarray of this kitchen, but for weeks we've been putting up vegetables after work until 11 to 12 o'clock at night. I wanted to make a video about how to can tomatoes. Here we go. I've got a bucket of tomatoes. I've got a solution just here of some water and some Dawn dishwashing detergent. Just a weak solution. The first thing we got to do is we're going to wash these tomatoes. You want to rinse it in cold water, and you want to make sure, or at least when I do it, I make sure that my wash water is cold. And some of these tomatoes are not ready to can, but I pick them sometimes a little bit early and let them ripen inside if necessary. When you're choosing your tomatoes, you don't want them to be overripe. You want them to be firm, but at the same time, if they've got a lot of green on them or ugliness from birds or whatever did that, take some creative butchering, and you're not, you want to let those redden up a little bit. From here, we're going to weigh them out to quart size portions. That for me is about 2.5 pounds. We'll weigh out for each quart. Seems to work out pretty good. We're going to set them there to dry. We've got some here that have dried from before, and I've got another basket over there that I'm going to wash, and then we're going to begin the process of getting the skin off of them. I'm just picking some of my better ones, my more ripe ones that aren't overripe, and I want to weigh out 2.5 pounds. I don't grow the prettiest tomatoes ever, so some of them have blemishes and whatnot, but I don't worry about it too much, because when we get ready to, after we've skinned them, we can cut the bad places out. Of course, if you're buying them in a supermarket or something, they're probably pretty perfect. These came out of our garden. I'm at 2.5 pounds, or roughly thereabouts. Okay, we have weighed out these tomatoes, and we've got them set out in 6 little sections that weigh 2.5 pounds apiece. I'm going to put them in my colander. I've got some water that's boiling over here. I've got some water that shouldn't be boiling that much. I'm going to put them into the water. I'm going to scald them for 30 seconds. At the end of 30 seconds, we're going to take them out. We're going to put them into some cool water in the sink. And what that's going to do is make the skin turn loose, and we're going to skin them, and we're going to cut them up and put them into jars. I would have chosen a more photogenic tomato. Sorry. It's been 30 seconds. If your hands won't fit into the pot holder, it can be a problem. When I dump them into that cool water, it's just going to make the skin turn loose.
Take it. I can do this faster than this.
My lovely wife is going to skin the tomatoes. And from here, we're going to remove any kind of bad spots. We're going to core them out, and we're going to put them into jars for processing. while we're making this video, we've got a couple of overseers, supervisors. This is Lefty. He's sacked out. Then we got Miss Chloe over here. She's difficult to see because she's so very small. Yeah, they think we're doing all right. Okay, we've got the tomatoes have been washed. They've been blanched. We got the peel off of them, and my wife is coring them out right now, and she's about to cut them up and put them into jars. She's getting out any spots that are too green or any bad spots in the tomatoes. She's packing them into a sterilized jar, and the jar is hot. Looks like it's not going to fit, but if you really press, it'll go. I want to leave about a ½ inch of headspace, and we've had no problems with fluid. But if for some reason you can't get your ½ inch of headspace and you're out of product, you can fill up the space with boiling water.
I don't think all of these are good.
And if they won't all go, you know, we're going to make 6 quarts here, so we'll use them somewhere else.
Just we have 2 tablespoons.
After she's got her tomatoes in there, we're going to put 2 tablespoons of lemon juice in here. You can, if you want to, add a teaspoon of salt. It's it's not necessary. So we typically don't. Now this is in a quart jar. If you're going to use pint jars, you use 1 tablespoon of lemon juice and 1 teaspoon of salt if you want. Now you're going to want to run a non-metallic object around the sides to get any air bubbles out, or at least as many as you can. She's going to wipe off the rim to make sure that our lids seal. And she's checking to make sure she has a ½ inch of headspace.
And a ½ inch.
And now we're going to we're ready to put it into the hot water. These are our lids. They've been in some hot water, boiling water, getting the gasket soft. She's going to put the sealing ring on. Always use new lids. You can reuse your rings if you want to.
It's ready to go in the water.
Alright, we finished with we've canned these tomatoes. We've got 6 jars. We're going to take them from here. We're going to put them into a hot water bath. You can pressure can tomatoes, but I don't do it. It's not necessary because of the acid content. Now they say you need 2 inches of boiling water above the top of these cans, and my canner will not do it, but 1 inch seems to be working fine. So anyway, we're going to put this in here. I'm going to set my timer to 50 minutes. We're going to hot water bath from the time that the water begins to boil again. 50 minutes and you are ready.